AC. And that timing's perfect. Kerry Watkins. And now they're saying incomplete.
Coverage on the play by Javon Johnson to the right of your screen. It was just a timing route. Kerry Watkins down the field about 10, 12 yards and then breaks to the sideline. And no, that did bounce off the ground. Just in case Mark Trestman wanted to challenge that play, but it did bounce right back up into his hands.
Watkins has been bothered by a sore knee, missed a day of practice this week, and still looks dangerous. 2nd and 10. And Calvillo over the middle has a completion. There's Danny DeRiveau, who's in the lineup for an injured Brian Bratton, who's gone to the Alouette room, and DeRiveau comes up with a catch and a first down.
He gets his chance to get some playing time here with Brian Bratton out of the lineup. Starts out at the wide receiver position. Ben Cahoon on that under route, and he just influences Joe Lobendon enough, pulls him shallow enough to get DeRiveau open behind him.
DeRiveau had a great start last year. Ben Cahoon was injured. He got the start. First couple of games, had 15 catches in the first 2 weeks of 2008. Flags fly, and that pass delivered low and incomplete.
A couple of flags in that holding area. Gavin Walls was celebrating there. Usually the defensive lineman who's celebrating is the guy who's been held. See his jersey up over his shoulder pads there. That's also an indication.
Holding. Montreal number 58. 10-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
That's the kid, Luc Brodeur-Jourdain. And you're going to take a holding call or two if you're up against 97.
Yeah, you are, and that's why 97 Doug Brown has been double-teamed most of his career. One guy just can't handle him.
That Alouette front has allowed 10 sacks in the last 3 games coming into today. Just 1 today, so they've tightened it up. Here comes pressure, and Calvillo gets out of there and finds DeRiveau, who's wrestled down quickly by Keo Craver. So once the injuries to Paul Lambert and Josh Burke mounted.
Well, you wonder why has the Alouette offense really slowed down, and are teams catching up to that offense a little bit, finding out different ways to defend them, or when you have to change 2 offensive linemen out of your starting group, does that affect it? So obviously when you have to make changes up front, Scott Milanovic, the offensive coordinator, had to try and figure out different ways to attack defenses, but that's going to make a difference.
2nd and 15. Calvillo and Cahoon did make the catch. Hefty saying no, and now they're saying incomplete as Cahoon reached behind, and you always give 86 the benefit of the doubt.
Well, you do. He gets hit by Joe Lobendon, and Joe Lobendon doesn't tackle. He delivers. He explodes onto running backs or receivers, not just tackle them. And again, it's another big hit, and there's the ball out because of the hit of Joe Lobendon.
So 3rd down, and Damon Duvall in to punt the ball away. Penalty flag is tossed, and this one beautifully into the corner by Duvall. And pending the penalty, Winnipeg will be backed up. On the Cowboys live coverage, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, and you'll see Jerry Jones' big TV.
Yeah, I think they moved it up a little bit. Hunters were hitting that big, huge Jumbotron in the preseason.
It was a holding call against the Bombers. We were not given a number, and they spot it at the Winnipeg 2-yard line. Tough spot for Casey Bramlett and company. Fred Reed got to get outside. Chip Cox brings him down at the 4.
The defensive end, Anwar Stewart, is going to be blocked here, and when they are, when you block the end with a couple of guys here, Now you're hoping, if you're the defense, to get your linebacker to flash outside and become secondary contained. So the Bombers try and load up Anwar Stewart and are successful, but Chip Cox is so quick to the point of attack that he can cut it off in that secondary contained role.
Give Reed 3, 2nd and 7. Trail it with a pump and looking for Bowman out of his reach. Incomplete.
When you're 7 sacks coming in the top group in the Canadian Football League, and you're Anwar Stewart right here, you're going to draw some attention. And John Osterhaus, the tight end, you see he's coming to help out on the outside. And even after the double team, even after January and Osterhaus are there together, Anwar Stewart still slips through there and puts a hit on the quarterback.
Casey Bramlett's been here 5 minutes, and he already has experienced more of Anwar Stewart than he wants to in a whole season.
Yeah. He knows one player in the Canadian Football League, probably by name by now.
So Mike Renaud stands 10 yards deep. And he is going to step out and give up 2 points.
You know, he had to give up 2 points here. Mike Kelly had to do that because of how deep he was in the shadow of his goalpost. But I'm wondering, when you're down 24-7, why you're running around and wasting time. I mean, time now becomes your enemy as much as the opponent.
Wendy's Kick for a Million is back. You have a chance to be one of 4 to go head-to-head to qualify for the live halftime show. Enter at tsn.ca/Wendy's. And of course, do what Glenn Suter does and upsize your Wendy's combo and get a game card to get bonus entries.
Oh, why go if you're not upsizing?
Got to upsize.
Oh. I like that roadster. That's a 30-yarder. That's makeable. Real makeable kick.
I think that's my limit.
At 30 yards. Yeah. No, I know that's your limit. But that's a nice prize at 30 yards. I mean, they're all great, but
so just over 3 minutes left here in the third quarter. And after the safety, Alexis Cerna will have to kick off. I wonder how long Mike Kelly devotes to Casey Bramlett in this game.
Yeah, the guys talked about it at halftime that they'd like to see or would go back to Michael Bishop. And, you know, Michael Bishop has had a chance now to kind of watch from the sideline. He's going to have to wait and see what Calvillo does with this ball in his series. But you're right, Casey Bramlett's had some opportunities here. He's not pulling the trigger. He's been hit a bunch by Anwar Stewart.
Taylor from his 23. And he's ridden down at the 40-yard line. Joe Lobendon with another tackle as we check back in with Michael Whalen.
Hey guys, it doesn't look like Brian Bratton is going to come back into this game. I just talked to Dr. Vincent Lacroix of the Alouettes, and he told me that he has a bruised toe, which is not exactly the right kind of thing to have if you're a receiver. So he's done, and we'll see plenty of Danny Devereaux, I guess, from here on in.
An opportunity for Devereaux to get in here and make some plays, get some valuable reps.
Alouettes have had some injuries to their supporting cast, but for the most part, they have 8 starters on offense, 8 on defense. They're played in every game. And somehow Coburn's still going. And finally tossed down at the Winnipeg 50. Ian Logan with the stop on Avon Coburn.
Well, once again, and this has been the story for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers all year long, is that their defense plays pretty well for 3 quarters and then starts to get worn down. And the first thing that goes when you get tired and you get worn down on defense is your tackling and your upfield push. And they're a little bit of a soft spot for Coburn to get to, and then he was able to break outside.
19-yard gain down to the Winnipeg 48. Mark Nelson's defense ranked 4th against the run this season. And Coburn going to run again, straight ahead to about the 44. Doug Brown says you're not going any further.
Pretty good season so far in what's been a tough year for Doug Brown. 3 sacks coming into this game. 2 sacks, 2 of them versus the Calgary Stampeders.
You know, Doug talked about this being a test of character, and I know everything's measured by wins and losses. I think they've passed a character test today, haven't they? On defense?
Yeah.
No, you're not.
I know where you're going, and I'm sort of in the Milt Stiegel school there.
Yeah. A loss is a loss is a loss.
Right.
There's a completion down to the 30. Ian Logan again there. But I guess it keeps coming back to there's one thing missing from this being
a good team,
a decent football team.
You're right, and you do have to give a lot of credit to this defense. Again, they're in good position here. You know, good upfield push by the defensive line there. They're battling. Hefney is right there and just misses the ball. Ian Logan comes in, puts a pretty good hit. But the Montreal receivers are making those plays. They're making the plays in traffic. And those early mistakes by the Bombers have really come back to hurt them.
So it's a first down just inside the Winnipeg 30, and a little toss on the end around to Larry Taylor, but the Bombers not fooled a bit.
You know, this is a play that they've tried to run a few times this year to try and get the ball to Larry Taylor offensively. It just seems to me, though, because of the depth here of Anthony Calvillo, and you see Taylor coming around, it really kind of disrupts the distance between quarterback and running back, who Taylor essentially is on that kind of play. It disrupts the distance between them. And you have to have that distance for success on that play, because the quarterback has to draw the defense to him and then pitch it.
Good defensive play by Gavin Walls with contain and a tackle for a loss for Javon Johnson. Second and long, Calvillo pulls it down. And now Jamel Richardson. And Keo Craver wouldn't let him by. Good short tackle by Keo Craver. And on the final play of the third quarter, the Bombers with a stop. The field goal unit will have to come on. Third quarter stats are brought to you by Tim Hortons. Always fresh, always.
Last week in the blowout, the Bombers had the ball less time than Saskatchewan by 16 minutes. And after 3 quarters, the Montreal Alouettes have a 9-minute lead here. I mean, that really wears down a defense that's been playing pretty well.
And one of the reasons for that, in the third quarter, just 6 yards of offense for the Casey Bramlett-led Bombers. And unfair, really, to cast any judgments this quickly on a guy that's been here less than 2 weeks, but not much happening there in the third quarter.
No, when you're Casey Bramlett right now, I think everything looks like you're standing in the middle of the freeway and cars are flying by you. And I'm a little surprised that Mike Kelly hasn't gone back to Michael Bishop, to be honest.
So Duval on, looking at a 33-yarder. And Damon Duval splits the uprights. So the Alouette lead now 27-7 on the opening play of the fourth quarter. Well, we talked to Mike Kelly about what he likes about his new quarterback.
He's very controlled. He is efficient with the football. He plays with a good rhythm and good balance, lets the ball go on time, and seems to have a good feel as to where he needs to go with the football. And you know, our big thing right now is we have to take care of it, and he seems to be a manager of the ball.
Fifth quarterback to see action for the Bombers this year in the regular season. The 8th quarterback who has been in camp, but again, not much time to assimilate the offense, although apparently familiar with the terminology that was used at Wyoming, where Manny Matsakis coached Casey Bramlett.
But it looks like Michael Bishop has got his helmet on and chin strap done up, so maybe the change back is going to be made. Here's a good return.
Jonathan Hepney across the 40 to the 44-yard line, so good field position for Michael Bishop, who is 6 for 11 for 78 yards on the day.
Well, better numbers even than Bramlett in his attempt. You know, when he came on, it's one thing to know the plays and to know the playbook, but it's another thing to know the defenses, to know where the coverage is going. At times, the pocket did break down for Casey Bramlett, and he really didn't have time, but there was also opportunities where he was in the pocket holding the ball too long. So we're back to Michael Bishop and see if they can generate some offense with Bishop, but he needs some catches from his receiving corps.
Of course, this Winnipeg team has been at its best when it's run the football this year, but clearly the run game has not been established today. Bishop to Aaron Hargraves, his first catch, and Hargraves out at midfield has a first down, just his